Good morning, everybody. Coming out on the porch because it is a beautiful morning. My roses are trying to take over the porch again. It is high time for those to be trimmed. Actually, this whole front yard needs some serious work, and it's on my list, my to-do list, which I don't know if I'll get to it today. I've been wanting to do it like early morning before it gets too hot, which would be like right now. Not that it's early, but it's morning still. I'm going to bring you along on a vlog today. We will talk about what I eat and what we're going to do. It is a pretty regular day here on the farm. It's a little quieter than normal because my husband and my 13-year-old are gone on a trip. They are in Mexico right now on their way home, I think starting today. So they're going to be driving back. So they will be home maybe as soon as tomorrow night, which will be nice. But they've had a good trip. It's, been really intense, working, doing construction projects and different things, helping people out. So it's been an intense, but also really, really good trip. Anyways, they're not here, so it's just me and the younger 3 kids. And so since they are on their way home, my goal is to get the house kind of in order because, when things are a little bit more relaxed, people are out of town, it's easy to just be like, oh, let's all just relax. Let's just let the dishes pile up a little bit, let things go. And so if you do that, you always have to come back and make up for it. So we're going to try to do some projects around the house, around the farm today, get things back in order. And besides that, we have ballet this afternoon that we're going to go to. I also am going to be picking up our weekly milk from the farm where we get fresh milk. But those are the only main things on the agenda besides just stuff here at home. Do you like my fancy funnel? I made this probably a month ago for my AeroPress because the AeroPress comes with a funnel, but I have lost it. And so I didn't want to buy anything. So it's a paper funnel and it works fantastically. Don't know if I've shown you my little spoon rest over here. It's an egg plate. It needs to be cleaned, obviously, but it's my cute little coffee spoon rest and I love it. It's almost 9:30 now and I just don't feel like eating yet, which is unusual for me. My appetite has been all over the place for the last few months. If you've been following my journey from hyperthyroidism to hypothyroidism to hopefully balanced to normal now, it has been all over the place. So it definitely feels amazing not to be hungry all the time and to actually have food last. Because before, when I was really hyper, it would be like I'd eat a meal and within an hour, even if it was a giant meal with all the things, I would be like, my stomach would be growling. I'd be hungry again. And like my hunger was out of control, which was very frustrating to have to just think about eating or not eating food all the time. So definitely enjoying, just being like, oh, I'm not really hungry for breakfast yet. That's okay. So I'm just going to sip on my coffee for a little bit and then I'll eat when I'm hungry. I typically don't eat to the clock. Whenever I feel like it, I will eat. It's about 11 now and I'm feeling like I'm about ready to eat. So I'm going to get real fancy here with my breakfast. I have a couple slices of my egg white bread. I made this in my last food prep video. I will link that up in the cards. It's the one with frozen shredded butter throughout it. So I think I'm going to fry these up in a pan just so they're kind of toasty. And then I'm going to use some cream cheese and I'm going to use some everything but the bagel smoked salmon from Trader Joe's. I love this. It's great. Obviously I don't have a bagel, but this bread will do. I may pull out my everything but the bagel seasoning and add a little bit extra of that as well. here's my breakfast. I don't know why my camera is such a blue tint. The salmon in real life looks a lot more pink. So I'm going to enjoy this real quick. It has a lot of protein between the salmon and then the protein in the egg white bread. I always try to get like 30 to 40 grams of protein at least at my first meal. So I think this will get there. It'll at least be pretty close. Just had to check my teeth to make sure I didn't have everything but the bagel seeds in there. I think I'm good. I was curious about how much protein was in what I just ate, and I'm not counting my calories and macros daily right now. I was doing that for a while, but taking a break from it for simplicity's sake. But I was curious about the protein to see if I was pretty close on my guess. And what I came up with was 32.7 grams of protein, which that's good for me. As long as I get between that 30 and 40, I am happy. But I'm actually going to add something else to my breakfast that will up my protein even more. And that is I'm calling these Electrolyte super sour element or Electrolyte gummy cups. Because it's not Jell-O. Because Jell-O I think of as a lot like softer. I love like the gummy type Jell-O or like Jell-O jigglers. If you guys remember Jell-O jigglers from back in the day. So when I make these, I put a lot of, gelatin in there. And so they're really, really gummy. So I've been making Electrolyte gummies and Electrolyte Jell-O for a long time, but I finally worked on the recipe recently and wrote it down. And I actually filmed a YouTube short or Instagram reel with the recipe. So I will be releasing that soon. But the star ingredient of this Electrolyte gummy cup is Element. I didn't use the mango chili in this one. I think this one's raspberry. And I did try to color it a little bit. I put in some natural red food coloring that I had, and it kind of just turned it orangey. I thought this was a good color for the grapefruit gummy. So when I filmed the Instagram reel, YouTube short, I did a different color combination. I actually made blue raspberry, which was kind of fun because of course Element doesn't have any coloring in it. It has no colorings whatsoever. It doesn't have any artificial flavors or artificial sweeteners. It's only sweetened with stevia, and it has all of the electrolytes you need in a great science-packed ratio. There's 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And I did use one packet in my Electrolyte gummy cup. So I am getting my electrolytes in a really fun way today. Element is the sponsor of the video today, and they have a special offer for all of my viewers. If you want to get a free sample pack where you can sample 8 of their regular flavors, all you have to do is use my link, drinkelement.com/indigo. That's drinklmnt.com/indigo. Click that link, order anything off the website, either the drink mixes or the new sparkling electrolytes, and you will get a sample pack that will include this mango chili flavor as well as 7 other flavors, and that also includes their raw unflavored, and you can try them out, see which ones you like the best. Thanks again to Element for sponsoring the video today. So I call these super sour gummy cups because I put citric acid in the gummy itself, and that gives it this really nice sour punch. But then I also mixed up sour powder. Basically all this is the ratio is 1/4 cup of allulose with 1 teaspoon of citric acid. And if you want something that's reminiscent of those gummy candies, sour gummy candies, you can just sprinkle this on top like that. And then it's got that really sour kick when you first put it in your mouth. And life hack, if you haven't heard, the caps that come on Parmesan cheese containers fit perfectly on regular mouth mason jars. So don't throw those away. Keep them and use them for things like sour powder. Let me just show you how firm this is. It's like a gummy more than just a Jell-O. So good. So flavorful. I've made Electrolyte Jell-O before where you just take your mixed up electrolytes and put gelatin in it, but it really loses a lot of its flavor and sweetness when it becomes jellified. It's the same with like when you're freezing something like ice cream or popsicle. You want to make it extra strong with the flavor and the sweetness when it's in the liquid form. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit bland when it's in the gummy or the frozen form. So I worked hard on getting this to a sweetness and a flavor that I really liked. So look for that recipe coming soon. If I've already gotten it edited, I will link it in the cards, but one way or another, you'll get it soon. Oh my goodness. That was a hummingbird. A hummingbird just flew under the cover of the porch here and fluttered for, 1 second maybe, looked around and then flew away. I was gonna like turn my camera around so you guys could see it, but it's gone. It was so fast. Levi just brought this to me out of the fridge asking if we can share it. So I'm gonna have half of a sparkling. This black cherry lime is really good. Keep it still.
It seems good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Have you tried this flavor before?
I don't know.
You can try it and see what you think.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the black cherry lime. I hope they make it into a packet.
Imagine water in a packet.
Water in a packet? I meant that they'd make like the powder packets with that flavor. That's what I meant. I'm about to head out to take Renee to ballet, and I still haven't been hungry for lunch. It's almost 2 o'clock, and I'm not hungry right now, but I know hunger could hit at any moment. It's so unpredictable these days. So I'm bringing some emotional support snacks. I bring a lot of emotional support snacks when I go places, and I probably eat them maybe 50% of the time. So a lot of times I just bring them home, put them away, and save them for another time. But what I'm bringing is about 40 grams of some keto brick. I did go ahead and order some of the macadamia madness. I had never tried this flavor, and so I broke down and ordered a couple bricks just so I could taste it. And it is actually really good. I really like it. It's one of the whey protein ones, and those I definitely like better than the pea protein ones, for sure. And then I'm also going to bring a chopstick. So that's my snack. And then I've already had a lot of electrolytes today. So I'm going to do a Zevia. I've been sipping on this. And then I just have my ice water here. And so I should be set with snacks and drinks. We're back from ballet and back, from picking up milk. So got to stash these in the downstairs fridge. Yeah, not for you, Izzy. A few things that I need to cook. I need to cook this, it's a T-bone steak, but this side of the T is very, very small. So it's basically, I think, a New York steak or a strip steak. Also, Levi begged me to buy these mushrooms last time we were at the store. And we need to use them or else they're going to go bad. So I was thinking steak and mushrooms sound really good. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me.
I also have some nice Walla Walla sweet onions, so I'm going to get some of this chopped up, and we will saute these. I even have some like crumbled bacon that I might put in there, and it'll be like a topping on the steak. I also have some like soft blue cheese. I don't remember what it was called, but it's almost like brie texture, but it's blue cheese. So I'm thinking like all those toppings on a steak would be really good. Redmond seasoned salt, which is good on everything. I don't know how we ended up with leftover bacon, but we had some, so I'm gonna mix it in here, and this is gonna be the perfect topping for a steak. It would be really good on chicken as well. Also gonna go ahead and chop up some veggies. We will probably eat these just raw with some dip or something. I did the reverse sear in my air fryer for this steak. So that means cooking it at 200 degrees. This one I did for 18 minutes. I'm just going to get this brown on each side, and that'll be it. It usually takes like a minute on each side. There's my steak, and Levi was going to have some of this too. He was so excited, but he didn't want to wait for it to be done, and so he ate something else. So I don't think he actually is going to have any, and I'm going to get the whole steak to myself. Here is my massive dinner. I have my steak cut up with my topping on there, and then about 3/4 of an ounce of that creamy blue cheese I was mentioning, cut up veggies, and then this is the poppy seed dressing from Primal Kitchen. It's pretty good. It's okay. All of the dressings from Primal Kitchen, I kind of have that feeling about. Like, they're fine. I like that they're made with avocado oil, but they're never anything like that I'm super excited about that I think taste delicious. I buy them because I find them cheap at grocery outlet and they have good ingredients. So I just finished eating that massive meal. I'm actually going to have a little bit of a dessert though, too, because I am supposed to still be getting 75 to 100 grams of carbs per day. That's what I'm still shooting for, even though I'm not intensively tracking my food right now. But I have been pretty low carb today. I definitely don't think I've gotten close to that 75 gram mark. And so I am going to end my day with some Greek yogurt and a banana chopped up on it. So I'm going to have that in a little bit. But I actually, while I was cooking the steak, my husband called me. And if you remember, this morning I told you guys that they are on their way home from Mexico today. Well, today, the day that I'm filming this, is July 19th, which is the day of the global outage, computer, whatever craziness. So they did have trouble getting over the border. Apparently, the machine that scans like the passports, there's some kind of a quick passport thing that gets scanned, and that was down. And so by the time they got to the border, apparently the system was back up and running, thankfully, but there was a huge backlog of people that needed to get through. So it took a long time to get through. And then they even had some other issues with the border stuff. Talia was in a different van because it was a whole group, that went, and Talia was in a different van from Jeff. So Jeff got through after waiting a while, but the other van got delayed. And so last I heard, he got over the border and he's waiting for her, and it still might be like an hour or so before she gets to where he is. So we'll all feel a whole lot better when she gets over the border and they're safely on their way home. I'm not super concerned or anything, but just, keeping an eye on the situation. So anyways, by the time you guys see this video, I'm sure everything will be worked out and all will be well. But right now we're still waiting to hear about all of the travel drama. Here is my fancy dessert. I have my Greek yogurt sweetened with a little bit of allulose. And then Levi was having a peach, and he didn't want the whole thing, so I put like 1/3 of a peach chopped up in there, and then some banana and a sprinkle of some grain-free granola. Just got word that Talia is over the border and they are on their way home, so all is good. It looks really dark in here, but it's actually still daylight outside, but it is the evening and it is cooling off, so I am going to try to do some of my weed whacking chores that I needed to get done, try to get the front area looking decent. When you have chickens and they're free-range chickens, it's like trying to do any kind of landscaping is all for naught because they just scratch up everything. And so I've kind of just been like, you can have it then, I guess. But it's getting a little bit out of control, so got to take care of it. I got a good amount of the yard work done that I wanted to get done, so I was happy with that and doubled as a good workout. Speaking of workouts, I did do my run this morning. I had just a 2-mile easy run on the schedule, so I did do that this morning. And I think I'm going to close the video out here. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll just see you in the next one.